high above the earth, far beyond the reach of borders, aircraft, or oceans. An invisible shield operates every second of every day, a vast network of satellites quietly protecting the United States around the clock. Most people never see them, never think about them, and never realize how deeply modern security depends on these machines in space. Yet today, satellites form the backbone of national defense, providing early warning, global awareness, secure communication, and precise coordination long before any threat becomes visible on the ground. From detecting missile launches within seconds to tracking objects across continents, these systems allow the U.S. to see, understand, and respond faster than any potential adversary. Unlike traditional defenses that rely on proximity, satellites offer something far more powerful: constant global presence. They do not sleep, they do not blink, and they do not depend on weather or daylight. Orbiting thousands of miles above Earth, they monitor oceans, land, airspace, and even space itself, feeding a continuous stream of data into command systems that shape real-time decisions. This capability fundamentally changes how security works. Instead of reacting after events unfold, the U.S. can anticipate movements, assess risks early, and maintain awareness across the entire planet simultaneously. What makes this system so effective is not just the technology, but the integration. Surveillance satellites, communication relays, navigation platforms, and tracking systems work together as a single coordinated network. Information flows instantly from space to ground, from sensors to analysts, from commanders to decision-makers. This seamless connection turns raw data into actionable understanding within moments. In today's world, where speed defines advantage, that understanding can be decisive. While many nations operate satellites, few possess the scale, redundancy, and sophistication required to maintain uninterrupted coverage across multiple domains. The U.S. has spent decades building, refining, and protecting this orbital infrastructure, ensuring that even if one system is disrupted, others continue operating without interruption. This layered design creates resilience, a critical factor in modern security. As conflicts evolve and technology advances, the role of satellites has shifted from support to central importance. They are no longer just tools. They are guardians of awareness. Quietly circling above, they form the first line of defense, not through force, but through vision, coordination, and constant vigilance. This is why America's satellites matter so deeply today. They protect not by being seen, but by seeing everything. What truly sets America's satellite network apart is not just its presence in space, but the range of roles it performs simultaneously without interruption. These satellites are not limited to observation alone. They form a layered system designed to support every dimension of national security. Some specialize in early warning, capable of detecting missile launches within seconds by sensing heat signatures far below. Others focus on persistent surveillance, tracking movement across land and sea to provide a clear picture of global activity. Communication satellites ensure that commanders, forces, and allies remain connected no matter where they are on Earth, even in the most remote or hostile environments. Navigation satellites provide precise positioning and timing that modern systems depend on, from military coordination to everyday infrastructure. Together, these platforms create a continuous loop of awareness, communication, and response. What makes this system powerful is its redundancy. No single satellite carries the burden alone. Instead, overlapping coverage ensures that if one asset is degraded or unavailable, others immediately compensate. This resilience is intentional, designed to withstand technical failures, environmental challenges, or attempted disruption. The result is a network that remains operational even under pressure. Another defining feature is persistence. Unlike aircraft or ground-based sensors that must rotate crews or refuel, satellites maintain uninterrupted coverage. They watch the same regions day after day, building patterns and context that reveal changes over time. This long-term visibility allows analysts to distinguish routine activity from unusual behavior, enhancing strategic awareness. Speed is equally critical. Data collected in orbit is transmitted to ground stations almost instantly, where it is processed, analyzed, and shared across command networks. This rapid flow shortens the gap between detection and decision, allowing responses to be measured rather than rushed. In modern security, this time advantage can prevent escalation by providing clarity before misinterpretation leads to conflict. The integration of these satellites into a unified system means that information does not exist in isolation. It is fused, compared, and refined to create a comprehensive understanding of global conditions. While many countries operate individual satellite capabilities, few have achieved this level of coordination across multiple orbital layers and mission types. This integration transforms space from a distant frontier into an active domain of security. Quietly and continuously, these satellites maintain a watchful presence, shaping decisions long before events reach public awareness. Their strength lies not in visibility, but in consistency, an unbroken chain of observation, communication, and support that protects America every hour of every day. Another crucial reason these satellites provide such powerful protection lies in how deeply they are integrated into decision-making at every level of national defense. Modern security is not just about collecting information, but about transforming that information into clarity. Satellite data feeds directly into command centers where analysts, planners, and leaders build a real-time picture of global conditions. This constant flow allows the United States to understand not only where things are happening, but how situations are evolving over time. Patterns emerge, intentions become clearer, and potential risks can be evaluated before they turn into crises. This predictive awareness is one of the most valuable advantages satellites provide. Instead of reacting after events unfold, decision-makers can assess scenarios early and choose responses that reduce uncertainty. This reduces the chance of miscalculation and increases strategic control. Another key element is coordination. Satellites enable seamless cooperation between different branches of the military and with allied nations, ensuring that information is shared quickly and accurately. This shared awareness strengthens collective security and allows operations to remain synchronized across vast distances. At the same time, these systems support resilience by enabling flexibility. If conditions change suddenly, commanders can adapt plans in near real time because they are never operating blindly. This adaptability is essential in a world where threats can emerge rapidly and unpredictably. Satellites also play a critical role in maintaining stability during peacetime. By providing transparency and persistent monitoring, they help reduce uncertainty between nations. When activities can be observed and verified, the risk of misunderstanding decreases. This quiet, stabilizing effect is often overlooked, yet it is one of the most important contributions of space-based systems. They support deterrence not through force, but through awareness. Potential adversaries understand that movements are visible, actions are monitored, and surprises are difficult to achieve. This knowledge influences behavior long before conflict is considered. Over time, this constant visibility shapes a strategic environment where caution replaces recklessness. The satellites themselves never engage directly, yet their presence influences outcomes continuously. They form a silent framework that supports informed decision-making, measured responses, and strategic patience. In this way, America's satellites do far more than watch from above. They actively shape the conditions that keep security intact, guiding actions through knowledge rather than reaction. When all of these elements come together, it becomes clear that America's satellites form far more than a collection of machines orbiting Earth, that they create a resilient, always-on shield that underpins national security every second of every day. Designed from the ground up to endure uncertainty, these systems are built around redundancy, adaptability, and continuity. Rather than relying on a small number of critical assets, the United States operates layered constellations across multiple orbits, ensuring that coverage and awareness persist even if individual systems are disrupted. This philosophy transforms vulnerability into strength, allowing operations to continue under pressure without collapse. Ground infrastructure is equally distributed and reinforced, enabling uninterrupted command and control even during unexpected challenges. Just as important is the ability to evolve. Satellite capabilities are constantly refined through software upgrades, improved sensors, and faster data processing, allowing the system to adapt without waiting for entirely new platforms. This ensures that protection keeps pace with a rapidly changing world. These space-based systems are also fully integrated across air, land, sea, and cyber domains, ensuring that information flows seamlessly where it is needed most. This integration multiplies effectiveness and prevents isolation, turning space into a stabilizing force rather than a distant frontier. The true power of these satellites lies not in dramatic action, but in persistence. They do not rest, rotate crews, or retreat from the environment. They maintain continuous visibility, communication, and coordination across the globe. This uninterrupted presence reduces uncertainty, discourages reckless behavior, and supports informed decision-making long before crises emerge. Over time, this constant awareness shapes global behavior, reinforcing stability without confrontation. While their work remains unseen, their influence is constant and decisive. They protect by watching, by connecting, and by enabling understanding before action is ever required. In a world where speed, awareness, and coordination define advantage, America's satellites deliver all three simultaneously. They represent a modern form of defense built not on force, but on foresight, guarding the present, informing the future, and protecting the nation around the clock through vigilance, resilience, and quiet strength.